Hey, what's up, guys? This is a laser tape measure. I've actually never had one of these before, so I was excited to try it out. It is a really cool tape measure, so I took it out on my deck to kind of just mess around and learn some of the settings. I'll show you some of that stuff here and tell you some of the things about the accuracy and everything. So let me just walk you through some of that. So to turn it on at first, you just hit this measure button right here. So you push it one time and hear it beep, and then you'll see it display. And then to make it do the actual measure, I don't know if you can see the green light on there. So when you turn it on, the green light comes on, see the display. To make it actually do a measurement, then you push measure one more time and it will show you the actual measurements there. So you can see right now it's set to inch. You can change that by press and holding. So push and hold this button here. So push and hold it. So if you press and hold, you can see it goes from meters to inch. That's feet and inches. So let me hit measure real quick so you can see. So to what's next to me, to my left here, is 7 foot 3 inches. So press and hold again, and it switches to just feet, and then back to meters. So really easy to change those modes and switch through everything there. And then you can also, so by quick pressing, cycle through some modes here. And if you look over here, you have these different options here. So you can use this to measure volume, area, and then press again. And then that triangle is Pythagorean. So you get all of those options as you cycle through. And then you see this number up there that shows you the last 30 measurements that you took. And you can just cycle through those by pushing this measure button. So that's really cool if you ever take a measurement of something and you forget and you need to go back and double check. So the other thing that's cool, if you want, you can press and hold this measure button and then you get a continuous measurement there. So as you move and angle and point towards different things, it will continue to measure. See, I put my hand in front there and you can see it's getting less, so I'm too close. So you'll see that increasing as I move my hand out. So it'll do a continuous measurement, and then this number on the top, you'll see it's a max. So it keeps track of the max measurement that you had. So if you're just trying to get a good idea and you're measuring across something, and maybe it's different, you might have a room with some cutouts or something, and you want to know the longest section of that room, you just use that and point it out and it will tell you. So just a quick demonstration from a little bit of a distance here. I'm going to measure from me to that corner wall. And come back and show you. So it showed 10.2 feet there, converted to read feet and inches. So I'm going to do it again. So it showed 10 feet, 2 3/16 inch. And then you also have the actual tape measure here. So let's see how accurate approximately that is. So where I was standing, there was actually about 10 foot 5 inches or so, maybe 10 foot 6. I would say the laser on this thing, it's accurate enough for, I think, the way I would want to use the laser, which would be to just quickly measure across the room to see approximate. If I'm buying flooring, okay, I know I need about this much flooring. You don't need exact measurements. If you do want exact measurements, use the tape measure, of course, and you'll get those precise measurements. But the laser is good for roughs. And then in the box itself, it came with just the tape measure. It does have a USB to USB-C charging cable that just plugs in right into the back here. I think it only took an hour or so to charge it up. So yeah, there it is, guys. If you want a tape measure that's gonna save you some time, just really quick rough measurements with the laser, I'm happy with it. I think it's really good for people doing flooring or want to calculate how much paint you need, things like that. Definitely a good tape measure to use for that, just for those really quick, rough measurements. That laser absolutely, I think, can save a bunch of time.